It's day 3 of the swimming competition at the 32nd FISU World University Games Summer as we welcome you to the SSE Berlin for this evening session, a final session for you. We begin day 3 with the women's 100-meter freestyle final. 2 from USA, 2 from China, Cyprus, France, South Africa, and independent neutral athlete Yana Shakirova go in this women's 100 free final. Getting underway in the women's 100-meter freestyle final. Good reaction time from Dennis. She seemed to be quickest off the blocks. Ayan Han got off to a decent start as well. Nell is a little further back at the moment. Dennis looking to use that advantage she claimed off the blocks. Parker a little way behind Nell at the moment. It's Dennis leading the way up towards the wall at 50, with Shakirova alongside her, and the two going fairly quickly in the opening 50. It's 2 lengths of the pool in this women's 100-meter freestyle. How quickly will they come back? It's Dennis ahead of Nell, with Parker now up to 3rd, but Parker is going to kick when she comes back. How fast can she close? Can Nell keep herself on the podium and claim South Africa's first? And Novacek, has she got the finishing speed that she had in the semi-finals to claim a place on the podium as well? Novacek looks to be coming back now, really strong, the French swimmer, but Ayan Han is closing really quickly in lane 1 as well for China. It's going to be tight, but it's going to be China who take it. Ayan Han in lane 1, the wide lane, swims a superb time, 54 flat, to claim the gold medal. It's not a time she had done previously in the flat start, but she's managed to do it after posting that 53.38 in the relay. She showed what she's capable of, and she absolutely delivered with a sensational, sublime swim. Ayan Han out-touches Novacek, with Parker on the podium with bronze. Olivia Nell misses out on a place on the podium by 0.02 of a second to finish 4th. The closing 25 meters from the Chinese swimmer was utterly sensational. She turned 6th, but she finished 1st. Ayan Han, 54 flat, takes the gold medal. Julia Dennis got off to a really good start. She would only finish 5th. 0.36 back of the eventual winner. Kalia Antonio is 6th in this race. Parker looked like she was closing really quickly, but it was Novacek who came back sharply in the last 50. But Ayan Han, her last 25 was outstanding. Novacek gives France a first medal in the pool in Berlin. But the story is that of Ayan Han. Superb swim from the Chinese swimmer. She takes gold. Novacek has silver and Parker bronze as Nell misses out. This is the final of the men's 100-meter backstroke. Arguably the most anticipated event. Hubert Dali, Andre, Deal, Kutsia, Modlin, Shushawi, Kachev and Nishimura are the 8 finalists. Getting away nicely. Now Modlin likes to get out a little harder. Modlin effectively comes from the pool. His parents met on a pool deck, so you might imagine that he was born for this, but far from it. He used to be coaxed with a candy bar to join his brothers, Sanders and Coleman, who both became college swimmers in the pool, but he enjoyed soccer and basketball. But here he is swimming against the overwhelming favorite in a final at the World University Games, FISU Games, at the 50. Who's it going to be at the wall? The 25.19 is quick from Kutsia. 0.03 back is Modlin, and Deal is on the podium as it stands. Now Kutsia is generally very good off the wall, and he can come home particularly quickly. Can he go sub 52 seconds in this race? 20 meters to go now. Kutsia is leading. Modlin's alongside him, and Deal is currently in the podium place. 2 Americans set for the podium. Kutsia is all going to win it here, surely. He's got it wrapped up. He's going to claim gold for South Africa. What time does he post? 51.99! The fastest time in the world this year. One of the greatest times ever in this event. He goes sub 52 seconds, utterly remarkable. There are only a handful of swimmers that can say that they've gone sub 52 in the 100-meter backstroke. Peter Kutsia is now one of them. He obliterates his own African record. The FISU Games record is smashed, and importantly for his country, he's got gold. America have 2-3 finish as Modlin out-touches Deal to claim silver. But Peter Kutsia from the University of Pretoria has just produced the swim of these championships. We knew it was going to be fast. We didn't know how fast. The fastest time in the world this year. And what a time to produce it. Just before you head off to the World Championships in Singapore. What an incredible swim. Modlin went 52.54. How impressive was that? But when you're swimming alongside somebody like Coetzee who can carry you all the way, that is remarkable. Well, maybe those years of candy bar coaxing for Modlin have paid off now. He's on the podium, but he's only been beaten by one of the most impressive times ever in the 100-meter backstroke. Deal goes sub 53 seconds for the first time in his life as he touches in 52.94. Wow, just wow. That is the race. Coetzee wins it, 51.99, 52.54 for Modlin. A Deal on the podium with a 52.94. I'm breathless. The women's 50-meter breaststroke final, and it's stacked. Top three swimmers in the semis were separated by just 11/100ths of a second. Branton, Mol, Van Niekerk, Weber, Mazurkovic, Ingi, Shakirova and De La Corte go. Maybe Weber's got a point to prove after missing out on World Championship selection, losing that swim off. She's got 50 meters to prove it now in the women's 50-meter breaststroke. Into a stroke really quickly. Mazurkovic is looking strong. Van Niekerk is looking good alongside Mol, and Weber looks to be coming back at all three of them now. Weber's pushing the pace. She's got Mazurkovic alongside her, but she's looking to edge in front. It looks to be Van Niekerk and Weber who are leading the way. Mol looking strong as well, but Van Niekerk and Weber are leading the way. Who's it going to be at the wall? Is it going to be Van Niekerk or Weber? It looks like the American takes it, only just 30.61 seconds to 30.68 seconds. 30.76 for Mazurkovic. She finds herself on the podium as Mol of South Africa misses out. What a swim from Weber. Don't look at the times in this race. The 30.61 is not her best. It wasn't even as quick as her time in the semi-final, but it was about positioning and swimming the smartest race. Only 50 meters to get the job done. Van Niekerk didn't get off to a great start. Mazurkovic got off to a really good start. Looked to make that count by getting herself onto the podium. 7/100ths of a second separating the top two. Confirming the medalists in the women's 50-meter breaststroke. Barbara Mazurkovic of Poland has bronze. Lara Van Niekerk of South Africa silver, and gold to Emma Weber of USA. We move on now to the men's 200-meter freestyle final. Two from USA go alongside one another in 4 and 5, but they'll be challenged by De Silva, Caserta, Kolesnikov, De Moraes Alves, Yanagimoto and Langeron. Getting away really well. Kolesnikov, Kaki Alves look good as well, and so too did Yanagimoto of Japan going in lane 7. Mitchell off to a relatively sluggish start. He was effectively a 1/10 of a second slower than anybody else off the blocks. Once he gets into his stroke, he will settle nicely, you suspect. 200-meter race in freestyle is very much down to pacing. If you go out too hard, you're likely to get caught in the final 50 meters, but if you go out too slowly, you've got too much left to do in the final 50. So you need to pace yourself. Alves leads. Langeron is looking good as well for France. He's going in lane 8. De Silva will be wanting to push the pace in the early stages, you suspect. Don't discount Kolesnikov. He's got a great back end. Kaki Alves is going to turn at the halfway mark in front, half a second ahead of Mitchell, who's come back nicely, and Nelson, who's pacing his race really well. He looks very comfortable. Good 6-beat kick for the Americans going in the center lanes. Kolesnikov is starting to come back now at Mitchell. Does he have the speed? Alves is being reeled in, it seems, by Kolesnikov. Kolesnikov now beyond Mitchell. Nelson touches second, and Alves, the top 4 are separated by only 2/100ths of a second effectively. So it's an all-out sprint now in the closing 50, 25 meters to go. The Americans are trying to fight their way back into gold and silver medal contention. Mitchell and Nelson are fighting. Mitchell is coming back sharply. Nelson is decelerating, so is Alves. Kolesnikov is showing some speed, but Mitchell's going to take this. Gets to the wall first in 1:46.22 to take the gold medal for USA. 1:46.77 for Kolesnikov, who takes silver, and it's bronze for Nelson, who's on the podium with 1:46.81. 1:46.90. Just missing out Caserta of Italy, and Alves fades as he goes 1:46.92. But it's Mitchell who takes it with a nicely paced 1:46.22. Caserta with the quickest closing 50, not too far off the podium. He missed out in a place on the podium by 900ths of a second. Nelson not as fast as he was in the semi-finals. Mitchell, big thumbs up. He's got the gold. Two Americans on the podium, separated by independent neutral athlete Kolesnikov. He's got his second individual medal in Berlin. Move on to the women's 800-meter freestyle final now. Here's the start list for you. Franziska Suarez, Takezawa Rukka, Aoki Nikko, Nikanorov, Brousseau, Cesarano, Diaconescu and Hurst. Getting away really well in lane one is Suarez Martins of Portugal. She's got off to a blistering start. A wonderful start in the 800-meter freestyle. There's not too much emphasis on the start as there is indeed in the shorter distances. So this is 16 lengths of the pool, the women's 800-meter freestyle event. And these are the distance swimmers who are looking to settle into a rhythm early on. It's important in the longer races. You've got different tactics for the longer races. You can have a cat and mouse type race, but you also have swimmers that like to go out hard and try to break up the field, and maybe, just maybe, the Portuguese swimmer Suarez is doing exactly that, looking to take it out hard. But many of these swimmers will be wanting to swim their own race regardless of what the swimmers around them are doing. Still the Portuguese swimmer who leads. Takezawa and Brousseau are the next two as things stand through the opening 100 of 800. Nikanorov and Brousseau are starting to close in a little here on the Portuguese swimmer going in one, who's still leading the way, but not by the margin she had in the earlier stages through 3:50. Nikanorov is within half a second and Brousseau within a second. Some of the swimmers just starting to hug the lane rope here. It's a bit of a calming tactic, just allows the swimmer to settle into a rhythm that they train in. Sometimes swimmers swim a lot more settled race when they get themselves into a familiar position. Nikanorov has the lead at the halfway mark. Suarez Martins is decelerating a little now. Brousseau still maintaining her pace. She's going at solid 32s. Nikanorov went 31.73 over that last 50 meters. So just a little burst of energy, perhaps. Just look at the underwaters. You can see some of the kicks. Notice the legs of the swimmers when you see the underwater camera. In the longer distances, it's generally a two-beat kick, largely. Sometimes you just even let the legs float a little in the water for short periods, compared to the sprint events where swimmers employ largely six-beat kicks throughout. They'll take the bell at the 100. Or 100 to go, I should say, at the 700 mark. 7:24.90 for Nikanorov. And now this is where the swimmers will be looking to up the intensity, up the pace in the closing stages. You need the last burst at the end. That's when athletes change from their aerobic system to their anaerobic system, and lactic acid starts to build up. You pick up the pace so quickly and so suddenly And it needs a great deal of management. Nikanorov under 50 to go, looking really strong. And she could go sub 8:30 here. Very settled swim. The battle for the silver medal is on. Soares and Takazawa are having a ding-dong battle, and the Portuguese swimmer looks to be pushing it all the way. She's giving everything in the closing stages of it, and she just looks like she's kicked it up a gear. It's going to be Nikanorov, though. Watch the time. She comes in an 8:27.61, significantly below 8:30, and separated by 0.2 of a second. Soares takes the silver ahead of Takazawa, who's on the podium as well. Wonderful swim from the American. Takes gold by over 3 seconds. Brilliant swim. Excellent result, and another gold for Nikanorov, 8:27.61. New lifetime best that she'll be delighted with. And she is the champion. To the men's 200-meter individual medley final. Gorgas, Benchitrit, Mori, Schott, McDonald, Watanabe, Spediacci and Mira are the competitors who go in this final. Now this is an all-out sprint. It is the 200-meter individual medley, and you are sprinting 50 meters in each of the strokes, in fly, in back, in breast, and then free. It is particularly demanding. And at the moment, it is McDonald, unsurprisingly, who's leading the way up to the 50. He should be leading through 50 comfortably and maybe leading by the 100 mark as well. Schott is going with him, though. He's not too far off the pace. 24.93. Schott is second, and Mori gets himself half a second back in the wall at 50. Into the backstroke leg we go, and indeed McDonald continues to lead the way. Schott currently in second. Mori being challenged a little here by Benchitrit. But the two Americans are in front. The breaststroke leg, bear in mind, is where Watanabe and Mori will start to show their ability. USA 1-2. Now, Mori and Watanabe, both 34-odd second swimmers over the breaststroke. Can they capitalize on their breaststroke performance to get themselves into podium contention? The two Americans look really nicely poised, and McDonald is showing some wonderful strength in the breaststroke here to hold on. Mori is just flying past Schott, but Schott will close a lot faster than anybody else in the pool in the free. He knows that. Watanabe is perhaps not making up quite as much ground as he might have liked. 1:29.30 for McDonald, a 1:3.31. He's got to make up over a second now on McDonald if he's to come back to win this shot. Mori's got himself into second position, but not by much. Mori is showing some real speed here in the freestyle as well. Schott has got too much work to do, I suspect. McDonald is looking to fight for a place at the top of the podium, but it's going to be the Japanese star Mori after that sensational breaststroke leg who's going to romp his way to the gold medal and wins it ahead of Schott, who takes the silver. And then very, very tight between the two, McDonald and Watanabe for bronze, and it's Watanabe who's on the podium. FISU record for Mori Takumi of Japan as he wins it sensationally in 1:57.24. Takumi Mori of Japan is your champion ahead of Schott. Watanabe with bronze as Japan have their first gold medal in the pool. The mixed 4x100 medley relay final. Two male, two female swimmers, each swimming a leg in a different stroke, starting with backstroke, then breaststroke, then fly, then free. These are the 8 countries who have made it into the final. Getting away really well in 2 is Ruud van Rienen of South Africa. Will Modlin looks really strong as well, going for USA in lane 4. Federica Thomas going alongside for Italy, and she's some way back at the moment. But don't be surprised if you see Italy and Japan, who both have female swimmers in the pool at the moment. Nagaoka for Japan and Toma for Italy. Don't be surprised if they come back strong in the closing stages. USA ahead of South Africa, ahead of Germany. Cornelius Jahn in the pool for Germany. Van Rienen in the pool for South Africa. But Modlin is laying down a really quick time out at 25.34 for Van Rienen went sub 26, but he's nowhere near Modglin, who continues to motor his way to the wall. So 100 meters, 2 lengths of the pool in each of the strokes for each of the quartet, 2 male, 2 female. First exchange is good for USA. Delmar into the pool, Mall is into the pool for South Africa. First female swimmer for South Africa. USA have gone with the 2 male swimmers to lead off, but they've got some genuine sensations to close in Shackley and Parker. Shackley most notably the standout so far. America have a massive lead here. Germany are still currently in the running. South Africa and Germany got into the pool, but Mall is likely to be caught. And indeed, USA 1:20.95 at the 150-meter mark. South Africa's Mall manages to reach the wall now, nearly 5 seconds back. Germany are in the pool to come. Still some quick swimmers to come for South Africa. But can they close out a podium place? Japan and Italy will be coming back. David Vichiera in the pool for Poland is making up some ground. Fusco is showing some pace for Italy, and Okura is in the pool for Japan. Shackley is going to take over for USA. She's into the pool now, into the third leg, and USA are leading by a massive margin at the moment. South Africa will only get into the pool now, but it is Poland who are in second after Vichiera's massive leg. Jaskiewicz is in the pool now. Guy Brooks is in the pool for South Africa, and Italy's Viola Scotto Di Carlo now. Nordia for Japan. Guy Brooks, what can he do in the fly to give South Africa hope of a place on the podium? USA have got this race under control. Poland looking really strong through Jaskiewicz. Ole Mats Eidam is swimming a really good leg for Germany. He's got them up into fourth at the moment. Japan look out of it for now, but you can never tell when a country is in or out of it in this race, particularly given the quality of the anchor leg swimmers. USA are leading. Shackley hits the wall now. It's Parker in the water and Mike in the water for USA and Poland. Mike will have a little bit of a battle on here to keep Poland on the podium. Maxine Parker looks like she's got a commanding lead to work with. Olivia Nell is in the pool for South Africa. She'll be looking to go sub 55 seconds for this leg. Nicole Meyer has got Germany into a good position, but Lorenzo Accistato of Italy and Hara Takaki of Japan are going to be flying back. USA, Poland, South Africa. But watch Germany, Italy and Japan as well. There's only 2 countries that are out of podium places. It is very, very tight. Parker is leading the way for USA. They've got the gold virtually wrapped up here. South Africa on the podium place for now, but they're being caught. Poland and South Africa look like they're going to finish second and third. It's gold to USA, silver to Poland, and South Africa, will they get there? They just do. They're third. Somehow Italy and Japan miss out, but USA completely dominate. Brilliant, brilliant entertainment as always in the mixed relays. Parker with a 53.56 to bring USA home. Confirming the medals, South Africa have bronze, silver to Poland, and USA have gold in the mixed 4x100 medley relay final.